If you remember driving Mr. Weasley's big pumpkin, playing the accordion in the Chamber of Secrets, and trying to feed students to the herbology plant, then you played LEGO Harry Potter. But which one? Because there were 5 completely different versions released across 13 different platforms, and in this video series we're going to compare each of them. Now, most of these games are comprised of 4 movies each, so I decided to dedicate a video to each movie, and so in this video we're going to cover the Chamber of Secrets in LEGO games. Let's start with the console version of LEGO Harry Potter years 1 to 4. The story begins at Privet Drive, where evil Freddie Mercury tells Harry that they live in a wand-free house. Harry then goes upstairs where Dobby tells him to take down this poster. Meanwhile, Vernon is entertaining Senator Palpatine by singing into a lightsaber. Dobby pies his wife, which results in Vernon turning their house into Shawshank Prison. Ron rescues Harry and takes him to the Burrow where they torture some gnomes. 3 points. Now this is where we see Mr. Weasley's fascination with Muggle artifacts. Here is the John Deere tractor which he borrowed from Lego Han Solo. He also has this cool looking pumpkin mobile. Look, these nice people welcome Harry into their home and the first thing he does is run over their son. Harry leaves before he can do any more damage. He arrives at Borgin and Burke's, gets the books, him and Ron then miss the train, and have an eventful arrival at Hogwarts. Unfortunately, unlike some of the other Chamber of Secrets games, there's no Whomping Willow section here. Okay, let's get to class. We plant some mandrake right after using it to torture Malfoy. Ah, look at this poor fella. This is why you shouldn't smoke gillyweed, kids. And once again, this game is filled to the brim with Easter eggs. Like this plunger you can ride. Who needs the Nimbus 2000? Just like in his first year, Lego Harry continues to be a real dick to everyone. Look at him just walking around Hogwarts torturing the other students with screaming mandrakes. Colin, do you mind not snapping photos of me while I do all these terrible things? Okay, we do Lockhart's class where we learn the Pixie spell, which seems to be a nod to the original game. Oh cool, they even made Lockhart's paintings from the movie. Wait, what the hell is that? There's still no dialogue at this point in the LEGO games, so the developers had to resort to more novel means of conveying the story. For example, they just had these 2 symbols to show the Chamber of Secrets is open. Genius. The next section is said during the Quidditch match. Look at all these NPCs. Everybody knows there's only 2 types of Gryffindors, the blonde ones and the brunettes. Just like in the movie, the Quidditch match ends with Harry in the hospital wing. And oh my god, you can actually play as Madame Pomfrey. And she knows every spell. Look, she's not even affected by the mandrake. My god, I bet she can take on Goku and Superman at the same time. We'll get to you in a second, Harry. First, I want to torture Malfoy. Who ordered a skeleton lap dance for this student? Ronald, you mustn't be afraid. Your ginger hair is a mutation. Now, get out of my way! Okay, so we gather the ingredients, make the potion, and get Harry back to normal. Next, we have the Dueling Club, where Harry bullies Ron for a while. I wonder if this is also an homage to the PS1 game. Ow! Harry then takes on Malfoy, who's a sore loser and ends up whipping his snake out. Time to brew the Polyjuice potion, and as everybody knows, it's comprised of 3 key ingredients: an apple, 2 cherries, and generic Lego hair. Also, the trio clearly just broke into Snape's classroom to brew it, and they also destroyed his potions, ruined his chandelier, and messed up his prescription medication. And just like in the movie and book, Harry then polyjuices into Justin the Hufflepuff and goes around trying to frame him by jinxing prefects, destroying school property, and disturbing paintings while they bathe. See, I told you, he's a real dick in this game. The trio then kidnap Crabbe and Goyle, remove their hair completely, and use it to brew the Polyjuice potion. Also, you don't want to go into that stall right there. Lego Walt and Jesse are busy cooking in there. Ron and Harry then put on Crabbe and Goyle's hair, literally, and infiltrate the Slytherin common room. I think wearing the hair is a callback to all the different helmets and hats you can wear in the Lego Star Wars games. Wow, I never realized the Slytherins were actually underwater. It's good health and safety, Dumbledore. Just shove 1/4 of all your students underwater surrounded by thin glass. This is followed by the Moaning Myrtle boss battle. Again, just like in the movie. Ron, are you gonna do something, or are you just gonna keep yawning while I keep taking toilets to the head? This is because I ran over you with the pumpkin mobile, isn't it? Harry then gets the diary and goes into the past. And you can actually play as Tom Riddle. Wait, if this is a memory and it's already happened, then why am I here doing all these puzzles? Okay, the next section starts with us following the spiders. Harry and Ron visit Hagrid. Then there's a knock at the door. Why look, it's Dumbledore and the Home Pride logo here to send Hagrid to Azkaban. Harry, Ron, and Fang then make it through the Forbidden Forest where Harry gets to ride this thing. The level ends with a boss battle against Aragog and his children. To me, the highlight of this entire section is when the flying car turns up along with a flying motorcycle for the co-op player. Mr. Weasley must have bought this during his midlife crisis. You get this really nice chase section, Harry and Ron escape and go visit petrified Hermione. And I just want to point out that the developers made an active choice to give her the Columbo expression. Alright, time for the final section. Oh wow, you can actually play as Lockhart now. Well, that was a mistake, boys. Avada Kedavra. They descend down into the depths of Hogwarts where they do a bunch more puzzles. Now, the LEGO theme does allow for some of these sections to get pretty wacky. Then again, that didn't really stop the old games, did it? Endless Slytherin slip and slide, anyone? Now, there have been a lot of different basilisk battles in Harry Potter games. Some have you reflecting its beam back at it with the sword, some have you shooting force lightning at its neck, and some have you taking it on JRPG style. This LEGO version is the most bizarre. It consists of you taking the steroid potion, dancing skeletons, accordions, and a Metal Gear Easter egg. And that's it, Dobby gets a sock stud, we see Lucius Malfoy's purple underwear, and Hagrid comes back. Oh, they did terrible things to me in Azkaban. Alright, let's move on to the handheld version released for the PSP and DS. Just like the Philosopher's Stone, this one is filled with characters getting Harry to do their chores for them. For example, collect all of Mr. Weasley's Muggle crap lying around the house. We've got TV antennas, microwaves, and whatever the hell this thing is in the bedroom. This is followed by more chores from Mrs. Weasley, this time denoming. Jeez, these people are treating Harry worse than the Dursleys. The denoming is a nice homage to the original games. What's strange is that these gnomes don't actually appear to be ordinary LEGO figures. I don't know what they are, but they definitely have an arse on them. Luckily, Harry's arsenal of jinxes has grown in the second year, so he can get revenge on the Weasleys with things like the Pumpkinhead charm, the Levicorpus charm, and just make them vomit. What's annoying about this version is that Harry can't jump freely. You have to line him up with one of these blue symbols, and then push a button to make him jump. Eventually, Harry arrives at Hogwarts where he takes out all of his frustration by destroying furniture and torturing his fellow students. Alright, time to learn some new spells. Okay, cast it at the barrel. Oh shit, sorry Professor. The dueling is different in this version. After getting his ass kicked, Malfoy gets Crabbe and Goyle to team up on Harry, and then he starts throwing these marble statues at him. Lockhart, are you seeing this? You gonna do something? Nope, he's too busy dancing. This time around you actually transform into Crabbe and Goyle. This version does have the pixies, but for some reason they just seem to be these generic blue minifigures. I guess the developers spent all their time making gnome asses. There is a diary section, but you just play as Riddle this time. You do get to see young Hagrid though, who looks just like a Playmobil minifig. The Forbidden Forest level is made up of this maze section, and unfortunately there's no car and bike chase. But you do have to chase Lockhart around the school this time. Luckily, he leaves a trail of self-portraits around. As for the basilisk fight, it's just frustrating. Most of it is just this long platforming section where you can't jump properly. And what's worse is the game uses the same button to both jump and cast the spell. And that's it for the handheld version. Finally, we come to the Harry Potter world in LEGO Dimensions. Now, the only section from the Chamber of Secrets here is the actual chamber. This version of the castle has no interior, so you have to enter it from the lake outside. And it's actually pretty accurate to the movie. We've got the snakes, the Hulkamania head. However, instead of fighting the basilisk, you've got to get Shell from Portal 2 to fix the plumbing. It's a crossover game. And so there we have it, every version of LEGO Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Please let me know which of these is your favorite in the comments, and stay tuned for the next video where we cover the Prisoner of Azkaban. As always, thanks for watching, please consider supporting me on Patreon, and a big thanks to all of my existing patrons. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.